Welcome to the Chaos Corner. I am Nyx.
I'm Pub,
I am Darwin.
and this episode's gonna be a doozy. We've got three people, and you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go assassinate. Do we want to go with political figure of the past or historical figure?
Let's just go historical figure because history doesn't play to politics very well often, and also we can just say that we're killing I don't know, man. I really don't know people in the 18th century.
John F. Kennedy. Let's do him.
It's not the 18th
That's not-
century, but okay.
Alright, so we are sent back in time to assassinate John F. Kennedy, presumably by communists.
Okay.
And so we get there, and he's already dead.
See, unfortunately, we got there in 1964.
Right.
He choked on a fine steak the other night, and nobody really noticed. So we were just kind of stuck in here with John F. Kennedy's body. But if they realized that would already happen, they won't pay us. And we need this money. So how are we going to fake the assassination of John F. Kennedy?
All right.
Just stab his corpse.
Well,
because
if
we go back,
my hypodermic
we
needle.
No, look, what I'm saying is, if we go back and change the past, he's already very famously died in a very famous way. We need to keep that in the timeline. But how do we do this?
So what you're saying is that I need to learn necromancy and puppet his body into that car.
Alright, what if we just get a helicopter and a really long marionette thing and just, dangle his body like a marionette from thousands of feet up in this helicopter?
Wait, no, but you'd hear the helicopter. Actually, better idea. We just stick his dead body in the car and hope nobody notices that he's not alive.
What if we just rig his car so we can use him like a hand puppet? That's what we could do.
I feel like the marionette option would just have to be it would have to be super complex and somebody would notice it. Oh, yeah, actually, somebody already did notice it. That's why there's so many conspiracy theories about how he's not actually dead because of one frame of the video.
He's not dead just once. He's dead twice over.
And you can see the lifeless look in his eyes just before he's shot.
Isn't that the plot of one of the Umbrella Academy books or something?
Yes, kind of.
Something about Kennedy. And that's all I remember.
I believe the white violin... Okay, well, this is spoilers, but I believe the white violin, interrupts his shooting, and then it causes the apocalypse or something. I don't know. It's very complex.
I feel like that would be the opposite effect. Relations would be better because the Soviet Union was kind of a bit on edge when John F. Kennedy died because they said, oh, wait, did we do that? I hope not. And then they didn't do that because it was just some irate American who lived in the Soviet Union for a time. Not a good look for them regardless, but not their fault. Anyway, so I have a new proposal for re-assassinating John F. Kennedy. He has a wife. What if we just get her in on the deal? We give her some money that would be completely worthless to her because there are things implemented on the bills themselves that can't actually be used in her current time because they'll just be counterfeits.
Yeah, but I feel like that wouldn't work anyways because oh, your husband died of choking on a steak and you're not going to tell the authorities and you're instead just going to listen to these time travelers who are offering you money. I feel like that's blood money if you go through with that.
It's not blood money, it's just very morally gray.
You know what we actually could do? We could dress up like FBI or CIA agents, go in and see the president and be like, oh no, the president's dead. What are we going to do? Wait a second. And then we turn to her and be like, We need you as a matter of national security to puppet your husband around and act like he's dead.
Brilliant. I love this plan already. All right, so what are we setting up for her so that she can do this safely?
Okay, well, first of all, was she in the same car as him? That's the first question.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Perfect.
there was something like where she leapt onto the back of the car to grab a piece of Kennedy's head.
So if she was in the back seat, because I swear I don't think that she'd be driving or Kennedy would be driving. So it was probably actually, you know what? We're in the car. Me and Pub are in the car, and Nix is the sharpshooter, killing him.
All right, so Darwin, here's our plan. We spray paint ourselves the same color as the car, and we just sit spread eagled on the back of the vehicle,
Is this
and
like
no one will notice us.
No one will notice us.
no, but like, is this the persona of the small animalian people you are in the animations?
Right.
Like, is there just a very small cat trying to kill the president?
No,
Yes,
it's
very
not kill
small
the
cat.
president. It's just act like they killed
Re-assassinate the president.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's Pub, very small, and a deranged fox creature, also trying to kill the president. Like,
Well, I think it's just funny if two very tall individuals are just crouched while dunked in car paint on the back of the vehicle, acting like nobody has any idea they're there.
you can't
Okay,
see
that
us.
is pretty great. Or a third,
Okay.
then the shortest person in the group is the one that isn't visible.
Well, I mean, how tall are you, Nix?
I'm 5'8". I'm not saying I'm that short.
Okay, well, we're all tall people, but you're the shortest of the tall people, so you
Exactly.
get to be sharpshooter.
Well, are we even going to use a gun, or is it just like they're running
Just like a
behind
sling-
the car with
No,
a tape recorder
no.
that has gunshot sounds on it, also
No,
in car paint, just
even
playing one off, and then one of us punches the back of Kennedy's head.
no. Even better. Even better. So Nyx has a slingshot, and she just shoots a tiny pebble at him. And then we play the gunshot sounds, and then we tip him over.
That's
It's
what I'm
brilliant.
saying. I'm just imagining someone just holding onto the bumper of the car, holding up a old-fashioned tape recorder, and then at the same time, the 6'3" guy stands up, winds up a punch, swings as hard as he can at the back of John F. Kennedy's corpse, and then sits back down, looking completely satisfied and completely certain that he's gotten away with it.
I feel like that would definitely get us paid at least for the showmanship, honestly.
It is no longer about the assassination, it is about the entertainment value.
Right.
Oh god.
So is that a
This-
final answer?
I think this is how we're going to fake the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Do we want to try another individual, or are we just going to?
Actually, we got a double job. We didn't just have to kill John F. Kennedy. We had to kill. I'm blanking on names. Help.
We had to kill Abraham Lincoln too.
We had to kill Abraham Lincoln too. So
Actually, we could do the President Garfield too, because his was actually kind of. No, actually, no. Let's not do Garfield's because
let's not do Garfield.
we couldn't make up anything more ridiculous than the truth.
I don't know what happened, but go ahead and repeat it for posterity's sake.
All right, so essentially, this madman, he would definitely be a Twitter conspiracy theorist if he was around today. Assassinated the President Garfield, because he wouldn't give him a job. There was some like president of Uruguay, or he wanted something along that line, and he had thought he single-handedly made Garfield's career because he posted this insane ramble in a newspaper that nobody saw, and so he thought Garfield was indebted to him, and then he descended, and then he bought a handgun because he thought it looked cool, and then he shot Garfield, and then Garfield died from poor medical treatment.
Ew.
I'm not even imagining the President Garfield. I'm just imagining the cartoon cat running on a platform of lasagna, And then this just deranged man is like, I made your career. I gave you everything because I talked about you once.
I can't believe Garfield got shot for not appointing a man minister of Uruguay.
But like this is the kind of history you can't make up, honestly. How many other
It's like
countries can say, "Oh yeah, no, we had somebody shoot Garfield in our history"?
it's kind of like how there have been 3 defenestrations of Prague, or how absolutely a miracle it was that the assassins managed to actually get the Archduke in the end, because they were bumbling idiots. And if the stakes weren't so high, it would be genuinely comedic.
Wait a second. Wait a second. We're not killing Abraham Lincoln. No, that's too American focused. We're killing the Archduke Ferdinand. And
No,
we
we
missed the
can't
first
do that
shot.
either. It's still too ridiculous. One of them drank expired cyanide and then jumped in a creek to kill himself, and neither of them worked.
Wait, seriously?
It's like, yes, he drank cyanide. It just caused him to become violently sick. So he hurt himself into like a foot deep river and then got dragged off by Sarajevo police.
No, our next thing we have to accomplish is we have to redo the gunpowder plot, but we have to do it dumber.
Oh, how could you
So let's
do
see, how
no.
much dumber can you make this?
God, okay. So,
All right.
if I remember correctly, they were trying to kill off the British Parliament, but so that they could gain control of the country of Britain. Am I right so far?
I think they just wanted
yeah.
the government people dead.
Right. Okay. So they were trying to kill British Parliament because of shenanigans, and then one of them's like, but we like this guy, so we're going to tell him to not go to Parliament on this day.
You seem pretty cool. Don't go to the British Parliament this day.
And that guy's like, that's really weird. Maybe I should investigate that. And so they sent British police to go check on the building next door, and there was just this guy sitting there with a buttload of gunpowder.
All right, so here's the plan. We just go get we start up a booming luxury cruise business, invite that guy on a cruise. He goes on the cruise, and then we host a Chinese fireworks exhibition right near the Parliament building, and we use it to store explosives with nobody questioning it. And then we just light it off, and it explodes, and we are geniuses.
But we have to fail. That's the thing.
All right, so we start up a Chinese fireworks exhibition near Parliament, and we just throw a really nice Chinese fireworks exhibition, and maybe we throw pop snaps in the face of a government official we don't like, and then that's all we do.
You know what would actually make it dumber? If we just set the building on fire.
Well, no,
That's
wait.
true.
Here's what we do: we spread gunpowder all throughout the courtyard, but like you do with what do you call it? Leveling sand or leveling gravel. And we don't realize that that's not what causes massive explosions. Because it has no way to expand outwards in any capacity. It just sort of pops. And so we do that. The only thing we managed to kill is the entirety of the Parliament's front lawn, and no one else is hurt.
And then failing that, we tried to set the building on fire, but we accidentally set fire to the water house.
It's just a 1 meter square of slightly singed grass.
No, the entire thing is dead. All of the grass is looking as though it's been set on fire because it has, but that's the only problem.
And then we tried setting the building on fire, and it doesn't work because we set fire to the water supply.
We just see a vat of a liquid and we think this might be kerosene, and so we toss in the lighter and watch as it goes down and sinks in and then fizzles out because it's just a vat of water.
No,
And then we realize we just tossed our only ignition source into the swimming pool.
we decide that setting fire to the water will be the perfect idea because they will all drink the water and they will all burn from the inside.
Right. And so the only way that we could possibly start a fire is with my glasses that I have because I do not have good eyesight. And it's the middle of the day and we're just doing this in Parliament Square and everyone's just walking around us.
We have set fire to the
light fire to the
entirety of
building.
the Parliament's lawn, and now we threw a singular lighter into the swimming pool and are now holding glasses up to the water. I have another idea. We just chuck a bit of lead in their water supply. It won't kill them yet.
It won't kill them. It'll just kill them slowly. Just like
we're very patient. We need the money, but not urgently.
Right. We were just contracted to kill them. We weren't contracted to kill them right now.
It's already in the past. Why do we need to do it right now anyway? It'll happen instantly either way for the people on the other end. And then we proudly show up after having eventually killed the entirety of the British Parliament with lead poisoning. And then the people who give us the time machine quickly just either check us into a mental ward or shoot us right there out of indignation because we are all too stupid to have lived.
I feel like the mental ward is the healthy option here because at least if we go to the mental ward, we can use the time machine to go back in time again.
Yeah, but they took away the time machine, I assume.
Alright, we're gonna lock you guys up
underneath my shirt.
We're gonna lock you guys. We're gonna lock you fellas up because you are causing too much trouble. Well, we'll give you custody of the time machine on Saturdays and Wednesdays.
Because chaos is good for the universe.
Yep.
Hey Todd, why'd you give it custody Why'd you give custody of the time machine to them on Wednesdays? Oh, my wife cooks tacos on Wednesday, and she cooks them really nice, so I don't really need it on that day.
I have a wife.
What?
Todd, you don't have a wife.
Apparently, the future agents have a wife.
Yeah. I can't do voices. Once I get into a voice, I just can't stop. It's not healthy. I got in a corn maze with my brother, and for a straight hour, I was yelling in this bad British accent about corn, and he threatened to punch me multiple times, and he was sick of it. And then the second we got out of the maze, I instantly dropped the accent. I don't know how I kept an accent up that long for an hour straight of nonstop talking.
For an hour?
Yeah, we had to get water afterwards because my voice was so done.
That is both horrifying and hilarious.
Yeah. I remember exactly when I realized I could do the British voice. I was playing Need for Speed Most Wanted, 2012, and I got this old lady car. All the other cars are something that you would see in a street race, and then this one looks like it's in a suburban household in, I don't know, Dorset. And so the joke was like, oh yes, I'm on my way to do groceries. Look at me. Man, the traffic is bad today. And I remember eventually it morphed into Crime Lord Grandma. And I remember I called someone a bitch ass motherfucker in that voice. And it was pretty fun. Pardon my language. And so I actually ended up beating Need for Speed Most Wanted with that car. And it was just the funniest thing, because there was an actual high-end racing car as the final boss. And it ended up getting beaten by this stupid little $20,000 car.
Fantastic. Oh, young man. Why are you even racing against me?
I can't believe I spent millions on this car, and someone went to a used car depot and got something that's just infinitely better.
Hot take, the final boss was an old lady also.
Anyway, I call that the old lady Abernathy boy. And so it's just, why do I always seem to devolve into being psychotic when I'm in that voice? I don't know why, but my sanity just slowly drains the longer I talk like an old grandmother.
Oh, it's just because grandmothers are evil. Let's be totally clear here.
Did you just say British grandmothers are evil?
No, just all grandmothers are evil.
British.
All of them are evil.
Well, that's not true.
Some of them are.
Nice. I don't know about you, but like my grandmother on my mother's side is awful, and my other grandmother doesn't talk to me. So, in my eyes, all grandmothers
That's a
are
you
evil.
problem.
That is a very much me problem, but I'm projecting on the rest of the world because
The
everyone
only
thinks
negative
like me.
experience I have with my grandmother is that she and my grandfather stayed up till 2 in the morning watching Jeff Dunham this one time.
What? Say that again, please.
She and my granddad watch a lot of. They're big fans of comedy, and they, I guess at the time, liked Jeff Dunham or got bored of Jeff Dunham and just didn't feel like rewatching it. But I remember this one time they were watching Jeff Dunham, and it went on till like midnight to 2 in the morning of them just watching Jeff Dunham and the puppets. Is honestly Jeff Dunham's okay.
I don't know what show you're talking about, so I'll take your word for it.
He's a ventriloquist. He does stand-up acts.
Ah, lovely. Ventriloquism. Ventriloquism.
I mean, one time I was at my grandparents' and we had to just sit there in their tiny house and watch Alvin and the Chipmunks for like 5 hours.
I didn't know there was 5 hours of Alvin and the Chipmunks content.
There is. It's very bad.
Oh, wait.
It's a horrible experience.
I think
remember it. I remember something. It looks like Barbie.
Okay, so she's either talking about the live action movies, which there are 5 hours worth at this point, or she's talking about the frickin' Cartoon Network TV show, which is
I'm talking
equally
about a TV
bad.
show.
You're talking about the TV show?
I think so, because it was definitely not live action.
Oh, no. No, I feel super bad for you.
It was like, my grandparents' house, it's either, like, a bunch of, like, Chinese, like, plays and stuff, or it's that. There's no in between.
Man, I remember going to my grandmother's house once, and the rest of my family went to Vegas.
Oh, actually, that happened to me too. My parents went to Vegas for my uncle's wedding. And then, I got...
but the part of the story I'm not saying is that I could have gone to Vegas if I wanted to, but I don't trust flying, and I still do not trust flying, even though I've done some flying recently. I don't trust flying because I just don't. I don't like flying. Flying sucks. Anyways, they were going to Vegas, and they're like, Darwin, what do you want to go to Vegas with us? And I'm like, no, I'd rather just go to my grandmother's house. That's the fun part, right? Yeah, just hanging out with grandma. Yeah.
I'd like to go to Vegas, and I also would want to have flown.
I feel like we're very off topic here.
We can get as off topic as we want. We don't have any restrictions.
There are no rules. We are the law.
We're gonna force Alku to edit 5 hours of us rambling about Vegas.
Alku doesn't even do the editing.
No, Alku does not do the editing.
Well, my point still stands.
I believe
Alku, you're now the editor. Congratulations.
I believe Alku just records and animates, and Herring and I think Anaclosmos does everything else.
Oh, well, there's a shout out for that. I don't really know if we should spend any more time on this.
I don't think so either, honestly.
Speaking of Vegas, never mind.
Speaking of Vegas, there's a racing game based on Las Vegas. Did you know?
No.
Good. Never play it.
I remember one time Jerma did a stream on it. Not a stream where he went to Vegas in a game, because he's got a gambling addiction.
Who?
Jerma. He's a streamer, and a good one at that.
He's a streamer, like a party streamer? That's crazy.
Yes, he is streamers for a party. That is him. Alright, so I think we're kind of running out of steam here.
I think we've beat this subject all the way down to its pulpy goodness. So let's ponder our next prompt.
We've been at this for a decent bit. We could even call it and just have it be this.
Nah, like it's only the three of us. I feel like it just needs to be longer.
Go ahead and do the outro, pub.
Alright. This has been the Chaos Corner, and so we are ending it, which is why I said the outro. I have been Pub.
Been Nix.
And I have been Darwin.
And we will see you next time. Say goodbye, everyone. Bye. You didn't say it. Now you make me
Bye.
look weird.
Say it alone and say it forever alone.